Hello, I am Dr. Archana Dayalu, member of the Sustainable Lexington Committee and an air quality and climate scientist. Presenting with me is Cindy Ahrens, member of the Sustainable Lexington Committee and LPS Green Teams. Article 29 asks to file a home rule petition that would allow the town of Lexington to create and enforce a bylaw amendment that would prohibit fossil fuel infrastructure in new construction and major renovations. Recommended by the Sustainable Lexington Committee, this article is a result of months of collaboration with Lexington Global Warming Action Coalition, Mothers Out Front Lexington, and LPS Green Teams, who, together with the Sustainable Lexington Committee, make up the Clean Heat for Lexington Alliance. After this video, Cindy and I will be joined by Stella Carr, the town sustainability director, to answer questions. Article 29 aligns with state and local climate goals to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. The Massachusetts Global Warming Solutions Act of 2008 commits to 80% reduction by 2050. The Lexington Select Board adopted the goal of net zero by 2043. And in our recent climate emergency declaration, town meeting overwhelmingly pledged to our young citizens that we will achieve it by 2035. Fortunately, the recipe for reaching zero emissions or 100% clean energy is relatively simple. We electrify our buildings and cars, and we green the grid. Here's a snapshot of Lexington's emissions from around 2015. Since then, our electricity has gotten greener each year due to state requirements to increase renewable, emission-free energy production and our town's participation in the Community Choice Aggregation Program. On the other hand, fossil fuel combustion in buildings, more than 80% of which is for space and water heating, represents a prime opportunity for decarbonization. Article 29 is practical and cost-effective in targeting electrification of new buildings and major renovations, as every building we build today with fossil fuel infrastructure defeats Lexington's emissions goals and will require an expensive retrofit in the future. We've come to learn that natural gas is not the clean energy solution we thought it was. In addition to harming surrounding plants and inhabitants, methane released from gas pipeline leaks is at least 25 times more potent than carbon dioxide in terms of global warming effect. Gas combustion from home appliances can cause indoor air pollution levels higher than that of the EPA limits for outdoor air. And although rare, Massachusetts has seen a number of gas explosion disasters, including one in Lexington in 2005. We need to begin the transition away from natural gas.
Fortunately, clean heat solutions exist in the form of heat pumps. Heat pumps are very different from electric resistance heaters, which are expensive and inefficient. A heat pump uses electricity and refrigerant to move heat from one location to another, providing heating or cooling. Heat pump technology has improved in recent years, with efficiency ratings from 200 to over 400%. Cold climate air source heat pumps can be highly effective down to 5 degrees Fahrenheit, and some work down to negative 17 degrees Fahrenheit, below the coldest winter nights in New England. They can and do work as the sole source of heating in winter. Here in Lexington, many buildings use heat pumps without backup heat. One might ask, if the electric grid is powered by fossil fuels anyway, isn't burning fossil fuels directly in a building more efficient? Actually, with the current grid in Massachusetts at around 18% renewable energy and growing by 2% each year, and with Lexington's Community Choice Aggregation Program offering 100% renewable energy, 38% of which is local, heat pumps provide immediate emissions benefits over burning fossil fuels in buildings. When the entire electric grid gets to 100% renewable, the benefits would be even more staggering. Heat pumps are also affordable. Studies by the Rocky Mountain Institute and Conservation Law Foundation both show that compared to natural gas, heat pumps cost less to install due to rebates, incentives, and the fact that it is a 2-in-1 heating and cooling system. Operational costs are lower in the long term as well. Compared to the operation costs of propane or oil heating, heat pump savings are even more significant. Lexington's affordable housing and municipal buildings are already leading the way, creating healthier, more resilient buildings by way of electrification. Combined with good insulation and on-site solar energy generation, the long-term maintenance and operation costs are saving the town and tenants money.
Again, the proposed bylaw asks to prohibit new fossil fuel piping in new construction and major or gut renovations. This is expected to affect around 100 buildings, or approximately 1% of Lexington's building stock each year. It would not affect existing buildings. It would not affect kitchen or other sorts of smaller renovations. It would not affect additions. There are also a number of practical exemptions in the bylaw for new piping within any new construction and major renovation projects. This includes piping for cooking and outdoor appliances, fireplaces, and backup generators, for hot water heating for buildings over 10,000 square feet, and for space heating for life science labs and medical facilities. Repair of existing piping is also exempted. In the event that the exemptions do not capture cases of undue expense or burden, a waiver process exists. The proposed bylaw also provides adequate time for planning and preparation, as it would go into effect no earlier than December of 2022.
Finally, a quick clarification about why a home rule petition is needed. The town of Brookline passed a similar bylaw in 2019. Attorney General Maura Healey found that while she strongly supported the policy goals of the bylaw, it was preempted by existing state laws. Therefore, a home rule petition is needed to allow a municipality's bylaw to supersede current state code. Home rule petitions are quite common. For example, Article 6 passed in our 2020 special town meeting had a home rule component. The towns of Brookline and Arlington overwhelmingly passed home rule petitions and bylaws very similar to Article 29, and more towns are following suit. In conclusion, clean electric heating is healthy, affordable, and comfortable. Article 29 is a practical, cost-effective, and necessary step for Lexington to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, reduce pollution, prioritize the health of its inhabitants, and meet our state and local goals. From all of us in the Clean Heat for Lexington Alliance, we hope that you will join us in supporting Article 29, and we'll be happy to answer any questions you might have.